Hey everybody, welcome back to another What's for Dinner. We have got a few ding dinners for you guys, and y'all, this past week was super delicious. Luke did an amazing job at helping me out and cooking in the kitchen. You all will see him a ton in this video. Now, I am going to be doing the voiceover for this because if y'all followed me for any length of time, you know that his schedule is a little weird, and he works third shift, so he is asleep. So it's kind of hard for him to find time, to edit some of these clips. So I just kind of talk to him and kind of get an idea of what, he wants, what he wants me to say or explain stuff and whatnot. And he does talk kind of throughout it, and then I listen to it, and then I just do a voiceover. So that's the best way for us right now to do these videos. But he did say that he would try to start doing some more barbecue videos because we had been getting some requests for those. And so hopefully you all will see some of them in the future. But like I said, he has really been rocking it in the kitchen. And this past week was super good. So for this first meal, he is making some authentic Spanish rice. This is his first time ever making authentic rice, so there was a couple hiccups, but he said that, he tweaked it and he knows exactly what he needs to do for the next time. So I will have this recipe. I can't remember if it was a video that he had found on YouTube or if it was just a recipe, but I'll have it linked in the description box as soon as he wakes up and gives it to me. So if it's not on here right at the beginning, just keep checking back or comment and make sure that I don't forget to get the video to get it posted in the description box, because it was a really good rice recipe. And so like I said, there was a couple hiccups, but the recipe itself will just be down in the description box. But y'all, this was so good, definitely authentic, and I really think he enjoyed making this as well. But as you see, he used a mason jar for that first clip to add the ingredients in, which those basic ingredients was just onion, garlic, and some tomato paste. And then all he's doing now, after he changed the container, he is just blending that up so there's no chunks. And then the recipe called for corn oil, and that's not something that we normally keep in the house, so he went and bought some. So now we have it for when he makes this recipe again. So he's just going to heat up some oil, and then he is going to brown the rice. It's 1 cup of rice. He's just going to brown that in there, get it nice and toasty, and then he's going to add in the rest of the ingredients. I know that there is water, salt, pepper. He's going to use that blended puree. He's going to use some chicken bouillon. And then he shows his phone for the timer on how long it cooks, and then leave the lid on it for while it cooks. Do not open the lid, don't check it. Once your timer goes off, open it up, release the steam, and then put that lid back on it and let it sit for another 10 minutes. I remember him saying that was a very important step in making this rice. The recipe that he used, the guy really stressed for that 10-minute rest time. And then after that 10 minutes was up, we just fluffed it with a fork, and y'all, it was really good, delicious. And like I said, he just had hiccups just because he's more of a grill guy. He's not used to cooking actually on the stovetop, but y'all, he did so good. It was really, really, really delicious. So along with the rice, we had some steak fajitas. He just took some sirloin steak and cut it really thin, and he seasoned it with some of that Lowry's, the Baja liquid seasoning. You can get it like in, or not the seasoning, it's a marinade. It's in a bottle. You can get it over in like where the marinades are. I know Lowry's has like a bunch of different liquid marinades, and y'all, this Baja marinade is so good. I've used it before. It's really delicious. So he just let that steak marinate in that for a little while, let the steak kind of come to room temperature, and then he we just cooked it on the flat top like that, and it was really, really good. We really enjoyed this night. We just served it with some cheese dip and some chips, and then of course you can use any fajita toppings that you want, lettuce, tomato, guacamole, sour cream, whatever you want. But y'all, look at that. Oh my gosh, so freaking delicious. So Luke got him a new toy. He went out and got him a flat top griddle, and y'all, he absolutely loves this thing. We have been eating like kings over here. He has been cooking so much on this. This Blackstone, he did it really good. He actually got it on sale because the 3-knob one is going out of stock, and they've changed, the Blackstone company has changed to a 2-burner instead of a 3-burner. So we looked up and got this 3-burner one on clearance, and it was like $175, and they're normally almost like $300. So he made just like some hibachi. We had some onion, zucchini, we sauteed it up, and then we just put some chicken with some teriyaki, and y'all, it was so good. I don't know what happened to the final clip of my plate, but anything on those kind of flat top grills are always delicious. We have got a quick and easy dinner tonight. I just made some homemade hamburger helper. I have a whole video on this, so I will link it in the description box and up at the top in the cards, so y'all can go over and check it out. It's so delicious, and y'all, it is so cheesy. So good. And then we're just having peas. I wanted corn, but all we have is cream style corn, so peas it is. And we are eating on fine china tonight. Winston is still sick. He's got the flu, and I don't feel good myself, so we're just kind of taking it easy. And this is an easy come together meal, so good for us tonight. Here is one of our family favorites. Y'all have seen this recipe 1,000 times on my channel, this pesto chicken and noodles, but normally I do it in the slow cooker. But now that I have the Instant Pot, I definitely wanted to try to convert it over. So I just did what I thought would be best, and it ended up turning out really good. I'm sure that there is a Instant Pot recipe on Pinterest that you can go and follow exactly, by it. But I just kind of tweaked it and used, what I knew, how I used it on the crock pot, and just kind of changed it. So I have got 6 thawed chicken thighs in there, and then all I'm doing is adding in that whole jar of that pesto. It was kind of stuck, so I added a little bit. I filled that jar up with water and just shook it up to kind of rinse it out. And there was already some water in there from where I had thawed the chicken. And so since I didn't just put the chicken thighs in there, I didn't have to add as much water since there was already kind of water in there. But you just want to remember when you're doing it in the Instant Pot, you have to have at least a cup of liquid so that it will come to pressure. And so there was a little bit of liquid in there, and then I filled that jar up, so that was for sure at least a cup. And I did end up adding in just a tad more, and then to help give it some more flavor, because I didn't want it to, be watery, because that was one of the differences with being in the crock pot and being in the Instant Pot is you have to have more of that liquid in there. So I added in a half of a chicken bouillon cube, and that made it. You couldn't tell any difference, any taste difference at all, which for us, anything with pesto is amazing. We love pesto. This is one of those recipes that looks so gross, but it tastes so good. So I just crumbled that up in there, and that just helped give it just that right amount of flavor. And then I just popped the lid on and set it to pressure. Make sure that your vent is on sealing. That way it will come to pressure. And then I just hit pressure cook on mine. I know some of them do manual, either manual or pressure, whichever model you have. But I just did it for pressure for 10 minutes. And then I just did a quick release on that, and it was nice, fall apart, which my chicken thighs were small. So if they're larger, I would say maybe do like 15 minutes. But my chicken thighs were nice and little, and they were boneless. So it's not going to take very long for them to be fall apart tender. And then alongside that, we just served some of those Bosco sticks. We love these. We got these at Walmart. They're kind of pricey, honestly, but we don't ever buy them, and I had been wanting them, and so I just bought them to go along with this. If you've never heard of these, they're actually filled with mozzarella cheese. We had these in high school. We would always have them like on spaghetti day, and they were really good. So I just put those in the oven. It says on the back of the bag how to do it. The only thing I do different with mine is that I melt some butter and put some garlic and parsley, and then I just melt it and brush it on top. So here it is all done. Let it do its release, and it's super delicious. I swear this is one of our favorite dishes. I still remember the first time that I made this, and Luke looked in the crock pot and was...
What are you doing in here?
Luke looked in the crock pot and was like, "This is so gross, I'm not eating this." But he loves it now. With the pesto chicken, we always have the frozen cheese ravioli. That's just always been my pasta of choice for this. Of course, you could use any kind of pasta you wanted. You could even use just regular like box pasta and make it. You could make like a cheese sauce or something with it, but this is always our go-to. And then what I do is I just cook it as it says on the directions, and then drain it, and then I add in some butter and then just Parmesan cheese. That's all I do. Super delicious. And then as you see, I just melted down some butter, put that on there, and then I've turned the oven down to like 300, and I'm just leaving those Bosco sticks in there just to stay warm, because you want to make sure that that cheese on the inside is nice and gooey and warm and not still, not cold. The outside can get crispy, but you want to make sure that that cheese is nice and gooey on the inside. For the noodles, I don't have any measurements for y'all. I just kind of eyeball it and do it as it looks good. But it's super simple and easy. We love this meal, and I'm so glad that I'm able to make a Instant Pot version, because now I can make it even quicker. a quick and easy meal after I get off work. We took a night off of cooking, and instead of eating out, we just popped some Red Baron pizzas in the oven. That is our go-to if we have them. Normally, if they're on sale, I try to pick them up just to have. There is a couple, there's like one day a week that I work late, and so it's, you never know when I'm actually going to get home with traffic and everything. So if it's a late night, it's easy for Luke just to have that, ready to go in the oven as soon as I say, hey, I'm on my way home. We do always doctor up the Red Baron pizzas. We just add extra cheese. We added some bacon and some ham, and then always add some extra pepperonis. For the last meal of this video, y'all, he is at it again. He has got that griddle out, and he is making the best smash burgers ever. Oh my gosh, y'all. These were amazing. These were so good. This was one of the things that he had been like super excited to make, and he finally made them. So as you see, he just took those beef patties and just smashed them. He actually ordered one of those like actual smashers. He just used parchment paper this time, but the actual smasher and the cheese dome melter is on its way, so he will be extra professional when he does them next time, because we have added them to the menu again. I'm telling y'all, it honestly tasted so similar to Five Guys burgers. Super good. All we needed was a big old bag of fries, and it would have been Five Guys all the way. So like I said, I wanted to give a shout out to my husband. He did an amazing job cooking dinner this past week. It was the bomb. Everything so good. My favorite meal was definitely those burgers, and I would say if he had to pick his favorite, that would be the burgers too. If y'all have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Please subscribe if you are new, and we will see y'all later. Bye, guys.